Hello everybody, continuing on with our Whose NHL Jersey Would I Buy and Why series, and of course today we have the Calgary Flames. Now before we start, please make sure to subscribe if you are new. Now let's get to it. And we are talking about a guy that is a player I've liked for quite some time, that being goalie Jacob Markstrom. Why would I buy Jacob Markstrom's jersey as a Canucks fan? Well, just because I had to go through every team and then pick a jersey. That way I can be unbiased and then complete a full series. Otherwise, if I left teams out I didn't like, that'd be kind of silly. And let's talk about why I'd get Markstrom's jersey. Well, for starters, he was a goaltender in net for Vancouver for a while, and he was a very underrated goalie in my opinion. He didn't get a lot of love like he probably should have. Of course, Vancouver wasn't a dominant team for, really his time in the Pacific Northwest, but I did feel like he was a underrated goalie. A big thing here is his stats, traditional stats, goals against average, save percentage, might not have been the oh wow numbers, but at the end of the day, he was able to drag very rough defensive teams or just rough teams in general along and then kind of lift them up on his back and then elevate the team and help them win. He is a player that would go out there and might face 30-some shots and then allow 1-2 goals at most on a good night, and then be the main reason they won a game. He was also a guy that would go out there 50 plus games a year, and that was a good thing because if you don't have goalie depth, that can be a big issue. He's played multiple times in his career, I think at least 2 or 3 times where he's played 60 games in a season, which is really a good thing for me. If you're going to get a jersey of somebody you'd like to see them play a lot, and for goalies, some goalies can play 40, 50 games a year, and 50 really isn't that bad, but if you're wanting to get a lot of bang for your buck, you'd like to be able to see a guy that can play a lot of games. Markstrom is a guy that historically has been able to do that when he is giving that starting role. And I think really a big factor here is while he's not a Vezina caliber goalie year in and year out, he is a guy that I think at the end of the day we will miss a little bit when he's gone. Maybe if you're not too big into hockey, you won't miss him, but you'll think back if you're a bigger hockey fan and say, maybe he wasn't a top 5 goalie every year, but he did show that at points he was able to be a franchise goalie. Now, of course, I know he's had some really bad moments. He kind of just disappeared for the Flames when they needed him most, but when he is on, and he's able to be a guy you can rely on in net and then win you some games. So for the Calgary Flames, got Jacob Markstrom. Will I ever buy a Flames jersey? Eventually, when I'm hopefully able to do this full time and get a jersey for every team. Maybe Markstrom will be there by that time. I have no idea if they're going to do a rebuild or not, but I'm curious to see if they will retain Huberdeau and Weegar, and if so, maybe they push off a rebuild. So at that time, maybe Markstrom's jersey will be there, and I will buy it like I was going to buy his Canucks jersey before he ended up signing with the Flames. But we will have to see. Whose jersey would you buy from the Flames? Let me know down below in the comments. Also, please make sure to like this video if you enjoyed it. Subscribe if you are new. Everybody stay safe. Have a great night, and you go love hockey, alright? Goodbye, Brigadiers and Brigadettes. This is your captain signing off. Have a great night.